Hello, episode 58 of Three Things with Ian, February 27th. Oscar season is drawing to a near. The big show is this Sunday. In honor of that, we're doing an Oscar Palooza. In just 10 minutes, I will go through who will win, who should win. I'm going to give you three names of actors who should have been nominated for a best actor nominee who have never been. And ambitiously, I'm going to give you my bottom three and top three best pictures of the 21st century. So essentially, the last 25 years. All right, without any further ado, let's jump in. After months of film festivals, Oscar punditry, and glitzy award shows, there's no clear frontrunner for Best Picture, and the lead actress and actor races are still up in the air as well. This is a good thing. Last year, we knew Oppenheimer was going to steal the night. It did. This year, a little more uncertainty, which makes it a little more exciting, I feel like. So, for Best Picture, all the smoke, all the signs are pointing towards Conclave. Conclave scored a major victory for Best Cast at last weekend's Screen Actors Guild Awards. It also won BAFTA's Best Picture. This is I hate to say fun, but I had a good time with it. This is a movie about a pope passing away and the enclave of cardinals and all their sacred ritualistic smells and bells. They have to decide through multiple ballots who will be the next pope, who will be literally representation of God here on earth. So this is a big deal. You have Stanley Tucci, you have Ralph Fiennes, you have John Lithgow. You have a lot of great actors, and there's backstabbing, there's one-upsmanship, there's a lot of hidden intrigue and suspense. Conclave looks to be the front runner, but I would like to see, and a lot of people would like to see, The Substance. Demi Moore and The Substance, the body horror film in which she takes a substance. She ingests a substance that is supposed to sort of fountain of youth, fountain of life, try to de-age her, give her back her youthfulness. Obviously, things do not go as well. It is a horror film. So who will win? Conclave. Who should win? The Substance. Best Actress. Loaded category. Cynthia Erivo from Wicked. Carla Sofia Gascon from Emilia Perez. Mikey Madsen from Anora. Demi Moore, The Substance. And Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. Who will win and who should win? We look like we have some alignment here. Demi Moore looks to be finally able to cast aside her popcorn actress persona and give us a great acceptance speech, which she's known for. She's had blockbusters. Now it's time for her to get her due justice. She's been in many films over a 40-year career. Although Eriva would be getting an EGOT if she would win Best Actress for her portrayal in Wicked, I do think that this is Demi Moore's Oscar season. All the nominees are first timers, which is interesting. But wonderfully bizarre, crazy role. Demi Moore is fantastic. She should win, and she will win. Best Actor, another loaded category. A lot of good people in this one. Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. Timothée Chalamet for A Complete Unknown. Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing. Ralph Fiennes, Voldemort's Back for Conclave. And Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice, which I will not talk about. Who will win? Probably our friend, our Willy Wonka, our Mr. Dune. Everything touches turns to gold. Timothée Chalamet. He's likable. He does a great job as Bob Dylan. He does his own he learned to play guitar famously. He sang all the songs. 6 of the 7 last SAG winners also won Oscars. So everything is looking as in it's Timothy's race to lose. But I would like to see, and many others would like to see, Coleman Domingo, who has been, you just Google him and you're like, oh, he was good in that. Oh, he was good in that. He's great in everything. He's playing an incarcerated thespian in this movie in Sing Sing prison system. He's a joy to watch. He's also doing his own singing. So our top 2 guys are vocally pretty impressive. He will win an Oscar one day, Domingo. Probably not this year. So who will win? Probably Chalamet. Who should win? Coleman Domingo. And Best Director, which is always a controversial one because sometimes you're just sort of following in the footsteps of who won Best Actor and Best Picture. We have Sean Baker for Anora. We have Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. James Mangold, A Complete Unknown. Jacques Audiard for Emilia Perez. And Coraline Fargier for The Substance. Who will win? Most likely will be Baker for Anora. Anora is one of those films that is hard to look away. You never know what's going to happen next scene from scene. It's about a kind of playboy Russian oligarch's son who is in Vegas, who has a lot of cash, a lot of money to burn. He picks up a escort, a female companion, and sort of craziness ensues. What's great about Anora is you feel like things are going a certain direction and you feel tense and you get, oh, this is going to be bad. And then the movie goes in a different direction. Baker just keeps it moving. It's in and it's out. It's got wonderful performances. He will probably win for Anora. I would like to see Anora get something. Anyway, though, who should win is Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. Close to a 4-hour movie. It stars Adrian Brody, who once again plays a Holocaust survivor who comes to America and he is a rich family sort of benefactor, picks him up, and he starts to design brutalist buildings. With that said, it's a monumental movie. Corbet pulls off an impossible task of even the admission title card is part of the narrative. His not winning will probably be, as time goes on, even more and more of a snub. I think there's a bit of a hesitation to reward a 4-hour movie with a pretty heavy sort of plot, and I think right now all odds are pointing towards Sean Baker winning for Nora and not Brady Corbet for The Brutalist. Okay, let's talk about my 3 worst films 21st century and my 3 best. So, Crash 2005 is my 3rd worst. Green Book 2018 and King's Speech 2010. Those are on the bottom when I ranked all of the Best Picture winners of the last 25 years. Which means my top 3 are number 3, No Country for Old Men. The Joel and Ethan Coen movie took what arguably is Cormac McCarthy's weakest novel, turned it into a sun-baked noir, complete with missing cartel loot, a gruff everyman hero, a wizened old lawman, and one of the most memorable psychopaths ever to grace the green screen. Javier Bardem, it's the page boy haircut. It's the fact that his weapon of choice is this cattle gun. His weird countenance and gait and his weird way of speaking. Famously, basically, he said, "I don't speak English well and I can't really do a villain." And the Coen brothers said, "Perfect. You're the guy for the job." The Coens knew exactly how to goose McCarthy's gothic prose while retaining the stark poetry of it all. If it didn't deserve a win, I don't know what is. This is a phenomenal film. I've seen it numerous times. I keep going back for more. Tommy Lee Jones is perfect in it. Number 2, though, is Parasite. Bong Joon-ho's scathing social satire about a working-class family slowly infiltrating upwards into a rich upper-class household and finding out just how thin and brittle the dream of upper mobility is in the pouring rain, in a very apocalyptic, sort of dark South Korean landscape. Genuine masterpiece. Phenomenal film. You should, if you haven't seen the Parasite, please do so. And number 1 would be Moonlight, Barry Jenkins' 2016 film, a poetic look at a black man coming of age and coming to terms with the unstable world around him. This announced Jenkins as a major artist. This is why I will see everything he does, including Mufasa. It remains a textbook example of marshaling every aspect of good cinema in the name of creating not just a personal statement, but an absolutely transformative experience. You see a young man come of age, and he befriends a kind drug dealer, in air quotes, and he comes to terms with his sexuality, and it is just an absolutely beautiful film. It is my favorite Best Picture win of the last 25 years, Moonlight 2016, Barry Jenkins. And then quickly, let's just end with Best Actors never to get Oscar nods. I'm going to give you just 2 right now. I could go on and on about this, but John Goodman Oh my goodness. Dan Connor, the lovable TV dad from Roseanne. He played Fred Flintstone. He's done marvelous voice work in the Monsters Inc. movies and Emperor's New Groove, Big Lebowski. Everything he touches is gold. He was in yesterday's podcast. He's the Righteous Gemstones patriarch. John Goodman, where is his credit? He needs to get a Best Actor nominee. And lastly, Oscar Isaac, one of the best actors of his generation. His closest probably was another Coen film, 2013's Inside Llewellyn Davis, where he is sort of actually a very Bob Dylan-esque character. It's the only time I've genuinely cared about a Coen Brothers protagonist in a way where I felt close to his pain and agony. Great performance there. Does his own singing. Very authentic actor. He's been in Star Wars and Dune, so big tentpole productions. He was in a fantastic HBO miniseries where he played a politician. He's been in Moon Knight. He was a Marvel person, villain, hero kind of mix. Oscar Isaac is great. I hope one day he gets the perfect role in which we will be like, yes, best actor nominee. So anyway, whether you tune in Sunday for the Oscars or not, I gave you a lot to chew on here. Remember, if you can't beat them, eat them. Can we just call them purple onions? Not red onions, my goodness. Sorry, that's kind of a grievance I have. Not very thespian-like of me, but anyway, that is the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear about your favorite films of the year. What films of the last quarter century have stuck with you and why? I'd love to hear that as well. Tell a friend, subscribe, like, share, smash the buttons. I will see you all tomorrow.